What a ridiculous charade. Did he honestly think we couldn't see through those paltry disguises? Yeah, your brother's weird, Solquip.
Please be advised, the following presentation is not intended for minors.
Feels good to be back home. Alright. Ethernet. Marauders Guild. Hey, Rinzoan, what's going on? Been a while. Jaxic, our near-disastrous encounter with the pack that follows Kuchata has been preying on my mind. The overwhelming number of the beasts was beyond aught I had imagined. Even the most dedicated marauder could not hope to carve through that snarling wall of flesh. And if we cannot dispatch the pack, then Kuchata remains beyond our reach. Thus, I have prepared you... Thus, I have prepared for you a trial that shall unleash your deepest reserves of destructive strength. As before, Solquib awaits you at the Bismarck to guide you on your path. Do not squander this opportunity for growth, Jaxic. The pride of the guild itself rides on the keen edge of your axe. Alright, got it. You've word from my brother. Huh, the pride of the guild, eh? My brother has placed quite a burden on your shoulders, it seems. But from what I have witnessed, if any marauder has the skill and determination to put down Kuchata, then it is you. There is, of course, the matter of Sigurd's vengeance. You don't want to disappoint the poor boy now, do you? Let us be about this trial, Jaxic. I shall meet you on the Salt Strand in Lower Lenoskia, where your training is to take place. Well, naturally, I will be there. Without me, you'll like to forget to tend your wounds and bleed to death. I'm not that much of a brute. Like, close, but not that much. You know, a part of me was thinking to, grabbing the motorcycle mount that is on the shop, just to kind of complete the whole Kamen Rider look I have going on here. Then I saw it's like, what, fucking $30? Like, fuck that. Well, this should be the place. I don't see... do you sense that encroaching aura of violence, Jaxic? Pray, unlimber that axe of yours. Alright, time to fight shit. Don't worry. Just hit him with AoEs, it'll be fine. That can't be it, right? They're all level 15s. That seems to be the last of them. Compared to what we faced before. Though, it wasn't terribly... So this is the indomitable Jaxic Lamond. Who in the seven hells are you? Wait, is that... Oh, it's... Yeah, nice disguise, bro. We have deemed you worthy of our challenge. Come, Marauder. Let us test the edge of your steel. Oh, brother. Yeah, exactly. Over here, dinguses. Leave the healer alone. And just keep healing me, and I'll just AoE them down. Yeah, take that, bitch. Seems my underlings have provided you with poor sport. Very well. I shall take your measure with mine own blade. Didn't we just fight you? Do not think to show me quarter, Jaxic, for else shall show you none. Alright, fight him again? But he's doing nothing to me. What do you mean, spent? Nah, bro, you ain't doing jack shit to me. I yield. Your strength has humbled us all. Aye, it might just be enough. We are done here, my colleagues. Drag away those who cannot stand. Your display of prowess was truly impressive, Jaxic. Worthy indeed. What a ridiculous charade. Did he honestly think we couldn't see through those paltry disguises? Yeah, your brother's weird, Solquip. I'm confident my brother's act was not born of malice. Rather, he had hoped by concealing his identity that the trial would seem more threatening, thus increasing its effectiveness. Not an entirely successful undertaking, but one must appreciate his intentions. It is time you return to the guild. Oh, and as a favor to me, pray indulge Wernzoan in his deception. Subterfuge is not a marauder's forte. Jaxic, I have heard of your skirmish on the Salt Strand. You did well to topple opponents of such formidable skill. But let us not dwell on the nature of those masked men. What is important is your triumph in the face of overwhelming odds. Your fellow marauders are honored to have you swing your axe in the guild's name. They stand behind you, one and all, as you prepare to overcome your greatest trial yet. Aye, the time has come for you to bring Kuchata's bloody rampage to an end. When next he rears his horrible horned head, you shall be ready to bury your blade in his skull. Alright, cool. Oh, right, that seems to be on par with what I have now, so let's go with... Oh, yeah, the legs are the biggest upgrade. There we go. Alright, now that we're level 28 with Marauder, let's swap to Rogue. Hey, Jack. Time for me to stumble on all of your fucking lines because of my dyslexia. Oh there, Jacksick. We have a rough job ahead of us. And that's a fact. Matters are tangled enough with that... what with that Malala mort snapping at our heels. But we still managed to grapple that first trinket without too much fuss. Biting back them other two treasures, though, that'll be a different story. Once the Stray gets here, I'll explain what, or more to the point, who we are up against. Alright, we've two baubles left on the list. The Silver Sorrows and the Black Sarcophagus. Let's see where we're at. Oi, where's Perimu got to? Underfoot? You're still looking to whittle the tail behind that bleeding sarcophagus. We'll not be coined with that stickler until we've at least an inkling as to what the bloody thing looks like. Treasures aside, I've been doing some digging of my own into these executioner allies of the Grinning Curs, and I'm afraid the name weren't no coincidence. Jacksick, you heard of the bloody executioners, I hope? It seems them Curs was feeding from the famble of one of the nation's greatest pirate powers. This ain't no ordinary crew of cutthroats, lad. With limbs of Laminza, the bloody executioners wield a power and influence second only to the Admiral herself. There was none too fond of Merlwib, or her prohibition on piracy, and it was only the overwhelming threat posed by the Gullian Empire what eventually convinced them to play nice with the Tholocracy. But pirates ain't ones to play nice for long. Now that Hilfir ain't around to helm the ship, the solidarity of the bloody executioners has begun to show cracks. All the strongest captains and lieutenants have begun to form their own factions, and are scrabbling to claim the top chair for themselves. Of course, not one bloody cove can agree with another on which way the executioners ought to sail. Among these new factions, though, is a group what is pushing to break free of the Admiral's grip completely. Turns out these reformists, as they call themselves, was the one that took the Grinning Curs under their wing. Which means they got possession of the last two treasures we've yet to cloy. Rumors around town say that even for executioners, these coves are bloody and ruthless and not to be crossed. We should sit this one out, Jack. Piss on Malala's contest. It ain't worth this kind of grief. We'd be inviting the wrath of a crew so large and dangerous that even the Admiral ain't keen on coming to blows with them. If they ever came after us... Large or small, it don't matter much. They broke the code when they hit that maelstrom tub. Aye, the Grinning Curs are paying for that crime. But we'd be poor sodden excuses for rogues if we let the real culprits carry on unpunished. I mean to see this job to an end, and that means biting back them treasures and handing out proper justice to them as they deserve. But Jack! Listen, with all the infighting going on at present, us stabbing a short blade into one faction's toe ain't like to bring the whole executioner crew down on our heads. Besides, them reformist buggers are so far split from the main mob that they've been avoiding the city altogether. Now, it's about time we get to work, Jacksick. You're to track down our black market contact. I set him to look into the Curs' new allies a while back, so he should have some answers for us by now. The veil was lifted by a southerly this morn. That'll put the old man at his haunt in Lower Lenoskia. Here, take this sack of blunt, and pay a visit to the House of Styx. Yo, I'm giving the man blunts? Can I at least have one for the road? That's kobold territory, if you didn't know. The old man bribes him with ore and hires the biggest and meanest sods as bodyguards. Just be ready for your approach to be challenged. Oh, right, wasn't the entrance to this place like, yeah, right there. I could have just done that, save myself the money. I'm an idiot. Granted, haven't streamed this since, what, fucking August? Dun, 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 dun. Yes, I'm totally not sick of the Chocobo theme by now. I got you your blunts, sir. Welcome to the House of Sticks, young rogue. You must excuse my hireling's enthusiasm for greeting visitors. Now, have you any cumbersome baggage of which I might relieve you before we begin our conversation in earnest? Yah ha 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 wheeze. A heavy burden from one of your tender years to bear, but its weight has balanced the scales. The sum is paid, and the deal is made. Let us speak on these reformists. This faction that so wronged the code now seeks to peddle one of its stolen treasures, the earrings better known as the Silver Sorrows. The deal, it is said, is set to take place at Costa del Sol. The buyer? A moneyed merchant from the Golden Sands of Uldar. The earrings will be out in the open, vulnerable. I would target the moment of transaction, were I so inclined. As the gentleman up there by the cabin appears to be, for he purchased the self-same information. Though he attempts to disguise his identity, the stench of a soldier yet lingers. I know not where one such as he came to learn of my existence, but I suspect he works for a certain yellow-coated captain. Gah ha 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 ha, brave she is, but foolish. Stumble blindly into the underwood, and your groping hands will not save you from the holes at your feet. Sudden shall be her fall. Okie dokie. Okay, so back to the Rogues Guild. And I gotta say, like, even though, like, I know this place's reputation from, you know, the streams that I've done, I really do miss Limsa. I really do. This place is just nice. Like, if I could, I would totally live in a place like this, IRL. You can turn off the mount music if you ever get too sick of it. I've been streaming this game for so long, and only now someone tells me I can do that. Thank you! Thank you so much! Welcome back, Jaxic. What information did the old man have on them reformists? Looking to unload them earrings, are they? Into an Uldan, no less. Can't say I'm surprised to hear that the buyer's from out of town. You won't find many Laminsans willing to melt coin on aught them coves are selling. Only the daftest of sods would go about funding them as means to pull down the Admiral. Eh? One of Malala's lackeys arrived at the house afore you? How did they know to... them curs we captured must have cackled during the Shrew's interrogations. We'll have to assume the Yellow Jackets know what we know, and that means we'd best get our asses to Costa del Sol right bleeding now. I'll handle this one, Jack. You and Jackson can wait here for Paramir. Oi, Vikebe, what in the hell's she playing at? After her, lad. She knows this ain't a solo job. Alright, chase the cat. Yeah, sound. Play music when mounted. Yeah, there we go. Thank God. Alright, my brain will no longer turn to mush when I mount on my chocobo. Thank God. Thank you, chat. I appreciate it. Alright, where the hell is Costa del Sol? All the way over there. Okay, do I have that? Do I have this? No, I am unattuned to it. Okay. Guess I gotta go the long way. Had to turn it off after a sad moment because it clashed too much when I hopped onto my mount, lol. I bet it would be like an important character's death or some shit. It's like, well, oh, it's terrible. Oh, that is so much better. Exactly that mood clash, yeah. Yeah, here we go. We're on the right track. Why am I slower here? Like, I am very noticeably slower on my mount. Oh, so you're just slower in newer areas? Okay. So mount speed is tied to story progress. Okay. I told you to wait at the guild. I didn't need... Well, might be as I could use an extra cove in the shadows after all. Jack has his mind set on punishing the executioners, but me? I want to skulk in, cloy them silver bits and skulk out. I reckon that if I could manage that with no one the wiser, then they wouldn't know who to come after. Finish the job without drawing me daggers, you know? It ain't exactly true to the code, but the shield of underworld honor won't stop them bloody killers from cutting me mates' throats and setting the sisters a glimmer. Jesus, everyone's accents written like this is killing me. My dyslexia is terrible with this. The guild's the only place we'll offer to take a pirate stray like me, and I'll not see it burn to the ground. The deal's about to start. Say the word when you've been able to head in. Alright, let's hop in. Gigaruju's taken his guards and dancing dells and pranced off down the beach someplace, giving over the use of the entire resort to this friend. Seems she didn't want an audience with her bargain with the reformists. Which, as it happens, works out well for us. We'll wait until they're busy haggling over price and snatch the sorrows and hope to twig afore they realize all's amiss. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. There, the players arrived. The reformists' coin counter and the Uldan buyer are setting up on the southeast platform. The earrings ought to be nearby. Hang about. Where are all these other calls? The place was meant to be empty. See some nasty looking blokes in Uldan garb. And are those mammoths? The merchants brought along a whole bloody entourage. I've gone and got ahead of myself. Should have realized the job never be that easy. We'll have to mill a few of them bodyguards first, I reckon. You don't want to fight through a forest of blades should you get caught sneaking about up on the narrow walkways. Oh my god, it's Jack. Who would have thought? Jack, I thought I'd... Stow your excuses, love. I know full well what you're about. You start going soft on us. You start going soft on us, though, and it'll be like losing one of me arms. Can't take on the bloody executioners all by myself. It's only cause I've got rogues like you and Underfoot and Jaxic here that the guild can take the jobs it does. Fucking dyslexia, let me read, fuck. When our coves walk the shadows, it's the bleeding pirates what do the trembling. Remember that, Fakebe. We ain't some two guild robbers what piss their breeches when the daddle's caught in the honeypot, with the knives in the dark man's, and no bastard wants to go blade to blade with the likes of us. I see you not change your mind, then. You'll need all the stabbers you can get, and I promise mine will be there when you need them. Bene, now let's carve a path to that platform and bite back them earrings. Fakebe, you hide yourself down by the docks in case the marks escape during the fighting. Also, yes, if you haven't picked it up, I'm in a Sentai suit. Jaxic, you and me will split up, mill the guards as we go. It's them puppets that as concern me most. I suggest you crash them a little buggers before they can spring any rum fun. Creep in as close as you dare, then give them a good solid clout from behind, eh? It ain't the most original strategy, but that don't make it any less lethal. Once you're done with the first group, slip back into the shadows and move on to the next. Not to it, eh? I'll head over to the back while you start from the front. Let's wrap this up before them jackets blunder in and scare off our marks. Alright, just go and kill shit. Got it. Gotta say, it's a little hard to see underneath the thing. Like, everything is so zoomed in. Suit is perfect for this mission, too. See, personally, I just love Sentai stuff. So I saw a Sentai suit in the store. I'm like, oh, I have to get it. Like, right now, I'm just waiting to find weapons that actually go with the suit. Who's this Sentai hero? Where did he come from? Came from the recesses of my mind. I think every RPG would be, like, greatly improved with a Sentai class. Ailsia really is taking hell from anywhere these days. Hey, as you've seen recently, like, one of the biggest animes is all about like a Sentai team leader being isekai'd into a fantasy realm. Rogues. No one mentioned aught about rogues. What in the hells do you think you're doing? I'm conducting a business transaction on behalf of the bloody executioners. Do you understand what that means? Do you know what they'll do to you? Man, my character looks so fucking cool. Aye, I'm all affrighted. Odd then that you're the one who's shaken. It don't much matter to me who you work for. Your bosses broke the code and we're here to collect. This would be the Silver Sorrows then. I'm sure you paid a caravan a coin for them shiny baubles, but I doubt they're worth your life. Let's have them then. Wait, damn you! You should know that this personage is an extremely influential member of the East Aldenard Trading Company. Surely you've heard of it. If the threat of reprisal is not stay your hand, then consider the political ramifications of interfering with a foreign dignitary. The Admiral would not desire you to damage Limsa's relations with Uldar. Yes, exactly. I'm very highly placed in Uldan society. I have powerful friends who would not be pleased were you to mistreat me in any fashion. You must understand, the Silver Sorrows are a historical treasure, a gift once bestowed upon Sultana Nanasha Ul-Nasha. Fucking god. Potato names, man. By her champion. The earrings were later stolen from the royal vault, and we'd lost hope of ever recovering them. That I might so easily purchase them thus is a miracle. The return on these trinkets will be, that is to say, the Sorrows must be returned to Uldar. Ha, you slipped up. You cannot look the other way for the sake of my nation's pride. You must think me some dull-witted thug. If this deal was being made on behalf of your country, then why are you sneaking about and consorting with pirates? An excellent point. One might doubt your quality of character were you to continue with these feeble fabrications. Oh, hey, it's you. You need only entrust those earrings to me, should you truly wish to see them return to Uldar, that is. After all, 'twas to fulfill the very purpose that the Thalassocracy bid on the Sorrows in the first place. Hey, can we get, like, under the thing? I don't want to be rained on. Bit late there, aren't you, Captain? I think you'll agree this round belongs to us? On the contrary, my dear scoundrel. I made the winning move the moment I knew we were dealing with a merchant of Uldar. I come bearing an official order of seizure, authorized by the Admiral herself. You'll not be harmed, but I must insist that you cooperate with this reclamation of unlawfully obtained goods. Though Costa del Sol is private property, it nevertheless lies within state-governed territory. Come along quietly, and we need not inconvenience Master Gegaruju any further. These suspects will be taken into Yellow Jacket custody, and do not concern yourself with Silver Sorrows. They'll be quite safe with me. Smug little bitch. Punt her off the fucking platform. Bah. The hell's take that canary-colored harpy. Might as well have handed the things on a velvet cushion. I'll go find Underfoot and help him with his digging. There's still that lost treasure out there, and you can be sure the reformists won't be giving it up without a fight. Aye, you do that. Been a luck to you, love. Can we get out of here? My Sentai suit is starting to soak. Ah, there you are. You left before events had truly been decided. I thought you deserved to know the score. The Uldan merchant has acquiesced to our request and surrendered the Silver Sorrows into our keeping. We've also apprehended the reformist's accountant. We'll be holding him for further questioning. Oh, Bonin associate are the bloody executioners. You Yellow Jackets don't flinch from your duty, I'll give you that. What's this I hear about you buying information, Captain? I thought you'd sooner die than associate with the elements of the underworld. I'll do what I must to stay ahead of this challenge, and that marketer's knowledge was vital to the case. 'Tis true I might find his practices distasteful, but he is no pirate. It is the fading era of piracy which I mean to co-sign to the history books, and that chapter will never be fully closed until every pirate-spawned relic, including you and your guild, becomes a thing of the past. Valiant and forthright, these are the words by which the Yellow Jackets live. It is the manner in which we protect Limsa Laminsa. I swore an oath to the graves of my sisters. No more shall the innocent suffer at the hands of these savage buccaneers, these unrepentant killers. And a grand oath it is. Me, I've got me fambles full just keeping the code intact. The code is a kind of oath, too, when you get down to it. And since I've sworn to uphold it, I've no intention of stepping aside and letting you trample all over me or my coves. In fact, you'd be better off giving in now before matters get proper serious. Just say you're sorry, admit defeat, and we'll leave it at that, eh? Your audacity knows no bounds. I'm done wasting words. I shall reclaim that lost treasure, and then I'll look on victorious as your guild is dismantled brick by brick. That's the spirit, Captain. Just don't forget to keep an eye on them earrings. The city's crawling with rogues, you know. You can keep the sorrows in a bloody lockbox in the Coral Tower, but look away for a moment, and one of me coves will bite them beauties right back. Come on, Jackson. It's back to the sisters for us. Alright, good, as long as I'm out of this fucking rain. Wait, no, I keep forgetting. I keep goddamn forgetting. Use return. Don't waste your money. Well, after all that hard work, the shrew made off with the spoils. And as far as her damn contest goes, I suppose that makes us even. It'll be the lost treasure, this black sarcophagus, that decides the victor. Whatever the reformers are doing to keep it bob, you can bet your grandmom's teeth there'll be some blade work needed before this job is done. Get yourself ready for a proper scrap, Jackson. Alright, what do I need? That's an upgrade. There we go. Level 28!